This is the second part of the lesson on solving and graphing inequalities. Turn to page 9, not page 8. Skip page 8, leave that blank. That's where your worksheet will go. The title on page 9, How to Solve and Graph an Inequality, and today's date. So basically on this page, we're just going to summarize everything that we talked about using the examples. All right, first, number 1, how do we solve an inequality? We solve it like an equation. So we're going to use the 5 steps. Distribute, get rid of fractions and decimals, combine like terms, move your variables to one side, your numbers to the other, and divide. Those are your 5 steps. They're on page 5 in your notebook. Next, and it's not really the second thing to do, but as part of this 5 steps, if you happen to divide, actually, or multiply, because dividing and multiplying go hand in hand, if you divide by a negative number, flip the inequality symbol. Now remember, that means that you are dividing by a negative, not into a negative. So just real quick, if you did negative 10 divided by positive 2, this one, do not flip. Okay? If you did positive 10 divided by negative 2, yes, you will flip the inequality symbol on that problem. Okay? If you did negative 10 divided by negative 2, yes, you will flip. What's important is the number you're dividing by. The number on the bottom, not the number on the top. That's the one that determines if you flip your inequality symbol. Less than becomes the greater than. If it has an equal to bar on it, it keeps an equal to bar. That never goes away. Next, the graphing part. So now to graph it. Graphing again consists of 2 parts, a circle and an arrow. The circle depends on whether or not you have the equal bar. Okay, if you have a less than or greater than symbol, that is going to get what's called an open circle. Looks like this. And that is because there is no equal bar. If you do not have an equal bar, that means that the number is not included in the solution. The next one, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. That will be a closed circle. So when you do have an equal bar, the equal bar means that the number is included. So here it's not, here it is. After you have the circle, you draw the arrow. Okay, remember to draw the arrow on the number line, not above it or below it, but on the number line, going in the direction of the numbers that work. So when we looked at our previous examples, we were looking for numbers greater than or equal to negative 2. We checked the numbers on the number line. What values are actually greater than negative 2? Those are the values that we pick. All right, let's look at an example real quick, just a little graphing example here. All right, here we have, let me show you the number line. Here we have an inequality that's already been solved. M is less than or equal to 4. So it's going to start with a circle. I always have to start with a circle. The circle is going to go on the number 4, on the number line. Because the symbol has the equal bar, less than or equal, my circle is going to be colored in. It is going to be a closed circle. Now I need an arrow. The arrow will either go left or right. To figure it out, you just check the numbers. Okay, let's look. To the left, 3. Plug it in. Is 3 less than 4? Yes. Is 2 less than 4? Yes. Check the other side. Is 5 less than 4? No. Is 6 less than 4? No. One side is going to be true and the other side is going to be false. You're just going to pick the side that's true. So whichever side has the numbers that actually work, the numbers that make it true, that's where your arrow goes. Now, don't get hung up on the direction of, oh, well, if the inequality faces this way, then I draw the arrow this way. That's not true. Pay attention to the values on the number line that make it true. Don't just pay attention to the direction it's pointing. Look at this one. -8 is less than f. So I'm going to draw a circle on -8. Am I going to color it in? No, I'm not. Why not? Because it doesn't have an equal bar. Since it's just less than, doesn't say equal to, -8's not actually part of the solution. But all of the numbers on either side of it, well, just one side of it, those are going to be the solution. So now let's check. -8 is less than f. So is -8 less than -9? Is -8 less than -9? No. -8 less than -9. Not true. -8's not smaller. Is -8 less than -10? Nope. That means that the numbers over here don't work. But is -8, and it's okay to write it down if you need to, is -8 less than or smaller than -7? Yes, it is. By the way, I keep checking more than one value, but if one value works, all the numbers that direction work. Is -8 less than -6? Yes, -8 is smaller than -6. So my arrow goes in that direction. And there you go. All right, this is a little bit backwards on this side. So what I've done over here is I've drawn a number line with an inequality that has already been graphed. And now you have to write the inequality. So on this side, I gave you the inequality and you drew the graph. Now I'm giving you the graph and I want you to write an inequality. Obviously we can see this one involves the number 6, right? Well, we can't just write the number 6. Every inequality has to have a variable. So you can pick any letter that you want. A, B, C, D. There are 26 different distinct possibilities. A couple that aren't really nice, you don't really want to use them, like don't use O, it looks like a 0. Should probably stay away from a lowercase l, it looks like a 1. So let's just pick a letter. I like S for Simmons. All right, so S is going to be my variable. I'm going to put it first, and then I'm going to put the number 6. And now I have to figure out what's the relationship. Remember that this number line here where it's shaded, this arrow, that represents all of the values of S. Okay, all of these over here, these are all of my S values. That's my variable. That's where it's graphed. So would you say that these numbers over here are greater than 6? Or would you say that these values are less than 6? Greater than. 7 and 8 are definitely greater than 6. So I'm going to put a greater than symbol. Now, do I put an equal bar? Look at your circle. Is it colored in? No. Then the answer is no. Do not put an equal bar. And your inequality is your chosen variable, S, is greater than 6. All right, one more. So we're going to pick a variable. How about R for Richlands? And then I'll put my number where the circle is located. That's -9. And then I just need a symbol. Now you should be able to tell right away, are we going to use an equal bar? Yes, we are, because it's colored in. So I'm going to go ahead and put that. And now I just have to figure out if it's greater than or less than. So look at the numbers where the arrow goes. Are these numbers, -10, -11, -12, are these numbers, are they greater than -9 or are they less than -9? They are less than. So my final answer, R is less than or equal to -9. That's it. Now you get to practice doing this, both solving and graphing, on worksheet 1.3. Do the work on the worksheet. if you run out of room on the worksheet or you need more space, you can do your work on page 8 in your notebook, and then you're going to insert the worksheet into your notebook on page 8 by folding it backwards, not forward, almost in half, just like I've shown you, and use a couple pieces of tape to tape it down. If you're confused about how to put it in your notebook, just wait and I will show you tomorrow.